What's up, people? This is going to be my first topic video, and the topic I'm going to speak about today is Bob Sapp. Now, a lot of people are doing Bob Sapp videos the last few days, and this is almost like a bit of a response to Uncut Sports. My boys there, just to talk about almost like the rise and fall of Bob Sapp and now how he's a joke. So I'm going to start off very quickly talking about his early days. You know, he was a NFL linebacker and this, that and the other. And then he got into MMA slash kickboxing in 2002. He started off in Pride, winning 2 fights against Tamura and Yamamoto. And then had that epic fight with Big Nog, where he spiked him and very close, almost beat Nog. You know, if Nog didn't get him there, he was winning that decision for sure. And then went on and had some okay success. You know, beat Yoshihiro Tamura. He lost to Fujita, and then had a draw with Jerome Labana and beat some no-name people. You know, Min-So Kim. Bobby Alongo, and then the descent really started. This is MMA I'm talking about here, and then I'll go on to kickboxing. Then he just goes on this massive, he loses to Jan Norte, gets a win to some Japanese dude, and then goes on this massive losing streak, loses 4 in a row. To Minowa Man, Bobby Lashley, 3 in a row, to Minowa Man, Bobby Lashley and Sokuju, beats some no-name Austrian guy, then loses 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 fights in a row, and 6 of those are this year. Let's talk about 2012. He goes in February the 11th, loses to Holes Gracie, in a minute and 18 seconds. Submission punches by Gracie. Okay. Next fight. March the 11th, a month later, James Thompson, Super Fight League. And submission injury, aka a double leg takedown. Okay. Maris Pujanovsky, a month later, TKO punches, 40 seconds. And then a few days later, he loses to Sol Pellier. TKO punches, 12 seconds. Then the famous / infamous Ariel Helwani interview happens, where Ariel basically calls him out and says, listen dude, you're fucking fixing these fights. You're just going in there, not fixing them, well you are fixing them, you're going in there and just throwing these fights. You're going in there for $30,000-$40,000 and just going, okay, if I don't knock you out within 5-10 seconds of the first round and you hit me a couple of times, I'm just going to go down, turtle up, you can punch me 3-4 times, and if the ref doesn't stop it within 2 seconds, I'm just going to tap out. And that's pretty much what's happening with Bob Sapp. He basically came out and said, yeah, that's what's happening. He goes, I don't want to take any significant damage for the money that I'm taking. Well, there's UFC fighters here that are fucking Ian McCall. There we go. Ian McCall, the #1 flyweight in the world at the time going into the Demetrius Johnson fight, got 9 Gs. Yeah, 9 Gs to fight in the fucking UFC. Yeah. And this fucking idiot is getting 30 grand. 30 grand. But look where he's fighting, yeah? He's not fighting in the States. The USA, they don't want to give him money for this fucking idiot. Yeah? Even Japan have lost it with him. He fought in Korea, Kazakhstan, Australia, Poland, India, Indonesia, Croatia, Austria, Abu Dhabi. No one's got time for him. He's a fucking idiot. He's a joke. He's been a joke for years, you know. He came in because he was so big. Yeah, that's all it was. It was a freak show. He was huge. He's like 350 pounds with abs and just fucking huge, massive dude. Yeah, and he does have a lot of charisma. Yeah, give him his dues. But you can see in that Ariel Helwani interview, he's delusional. The whole time he was just fucking going, ha ha ha, yeah, I'm Bob Sapp, yeah, ha ha, and doing his like whole Bob Sapp routine, and just a joke. The dude's a joke, and like Ariel Helwani gave him a challenge. He said, "Can you at least put the fight into the past a minute?" And his last two fights, which was one on the 8th of June. He lost first round to submission punches, but a minute and 29 seconds, done well. And the next fight, he actually got into the second round. Second round, a minute 58, the second round. TKO punches again, but second round, wow, that's a big step for Bob Sapp, considering he's only gone the distance in MMA once, and that was a draw against Jerome Labana back in 2004 at K1 Dynamite in Japan. And it was actually both MMA/kickboxing K1 rules, which doesn't really make any sense, because if it's that was a weird fight. I mean, the guy's a joke. I mean, he's basically admitting that he is fixing fights, he is throwing these fights, just by saying, "Oh, I don't want to take too much damage." So basically, if a guy, I mean, if you saw in the Pudzianowski fight, he saw that a little bit of blood on his eye. That was it. He just got down and just and taps. That was it straight away. That was it. He didn't want to know. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty certain I could beat Bob Sapp in MMA. I would just rush him, punch him 2 times in the face, and I'm sure he'd go down, turtle up, punch him 3-4 times, and if he doesn't tap, the rest's going to stop it. He doesn't care. He has no interest to fight. Yeah, he clearly doesn't want to fight. He just wants to do it to earn money. You know, these promoters shouldn't be paying him this amount of money. They're giving him so much money. $30,000, $40,000, 30,000. He was saying 30 grand at the least. So he's earning the minimum of 30 G's a fight, plus a bit of sponsor money or whatever. Yeah, so he's got to be earning a nice chunk of money. Yeah, 6 times he's fought this year just in MMA. Now we go on to kickboxing. Very promising start again in 2002 in Japan, where the money was big. Where I read in an article once that he was earning up to 300 grand a fight. I know the Ernesto Hoost fights, he was earning 300 G's, and like the Remy Bonjanski fight and stuff like that, he was earning like $300,000-$200,000 a fight. So he was earning big money there. Yeah, this is when Bob Sapp was, Bob Sapp, the height of everything. And give him his dues, dude beat Ernesto Hoost twice. Probably the greatest kickboxer to ever live, and he beat the motherfucker twice. Yeah, TKO, stoppage, first round and second round. Beat Chemo. Then he kind of went on to beat a few no-name people like Akibono and Seth Petrozelli in there, and then he goes on another huge losing streak. Loses 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 fights in a row. And he's fought twice this year in kickboxing. Once in Dubai, where he actually won the fight. But the only reason he won the fight was because the guy got a leg injury and had to bow out the fight during the fight. So that's the only reason he won. Otherwise, he would have turtled up and done the usual Bob Sapp. Then he lost to Rock Stukol in Slovenia, KO in a minute and 35. And how these people class it as Wikipedia shouldn't put KO on it, because it's not KO. The guy's he deserves one of those like Golden Raspberry Awards, because it's ridiculous. He's on the floor and he's nothing has happened to you. James Thompson went for a double leg takedown, and you changed knees. Like, he was clenching like his left knee when it first happened. Then as he was getting up, he was holding his right knee. So the dude's he's faking. Also, if you had such an injury, how could you have then, a month later from that knee injury that, oh my God, you had to tap out the fight, it was, so bad. A month later, you're fighting, no problem. Come on, man. Come on. you know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The guy's an absolute fucking joke. That's my rant over with. Just tell me what you guys think. I mean, if you guys side with Bob Sapp, you're obviously an idiot, because I don't know if he's got any more fights lined up for this year, but he's 0-6 in MMA and 1-1 in kickboxing. That's just so far this year. There's not much more to say about it. I mean, other than Bob Sapp, keep doing your thing. Ciao for now.